Hi, welcome to another episode on the Boss Lady series. I remain your host, Queen Chichi, and today I'll be talking about something I have titled When God is Silent But Working. When God is silent but working. And we'll be looking at the story of Joseph. Now, the story of Joseph can be found in the book of Genesis chapter 37 down to 50. It's actually a long read, but in your spare time, in your quiet time, I want you to go through it and you understand the point I'm driving towards. Now, we know the story of Joseph from Bible stories when we are kids and all that stuff. What happened to Joseph? He was his father's favorite, and his father made a coat of colors for him, and he became the envy of his brothers. His brothers became envious of him, and the plot of ways to unalive him. Now, imagine your whole siblings plotting on how to unalive you. So that was what happened to Joseph. They sort of ways to unalive him, but later they had a second thought, like, okay, he's their blood, but let them do away with him. And that was when Joseph was sold into slavery. Now, Joseph was sold into slavery in the land of Egypt, a land he has never been to, the land of the foreigners. And when he got in there, luckily for him, Potiphar bought him and he became a houseboy or a slave in Potiphar's house. Now, Potiphar's wife had a thing for Joseph. She became obsessed with Joseph and she wanted Joseph to lie with her. But Joseph, being disciplined and God-fearing, refused to lie with Potiphar's wife. And what happened? Potiphar's wife falsely accused him. She had to lie that Joseph tried to have his way with her, and that landed Joseph in prison. Now, on a normal day, like a normal human being will be like, oh God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you letting me go through this, that? We start complaining. But Joseph did not complain. He just still had his faith in God. He still trusted God. And that is when God is silent. We all know the outcome of Joseph, how he became a governor in Egypt, how he became a person of notability in the land of Egypt. He took Egypt out of famine. He gave them a way out through. He interpreted dreams of people in the prison yard, and that gained him into the presence of Pharaoh. And from gaining him into the presence of Pharaoh, he became a governor in the land of Egypt. Now, what am I trying to tell you that? Now, let's look at the story of Jesus. Now, imagine Jesus, he died for our sins. All the while that Jesus was preparing for his death, he kept on telling God, take away this cup from me. He kept on calling his father, take this cup away from me. But God was silent. God was not silent because he did not feel the pain of Jesus. He did not feel that Jesus was already in pains and Jesus did not want to go ahead. But God was silent because he was trying to prove a point. Sometimes when God is silent, he's trying to prove a point. When God is silent, he's working in the background. We do not see. Only if we can have our spiritual eyes, we can see that when God is silent, he's working in the background. All the while that Jesus was going through all the pain and how he was humiliated, they wore a crown of thorns on his head, they mocked him. Have you ever been nailed on your palm, like he nailed on your palm? Jesus was nailed on his palm. The pain he passed through. He said, Father, take this cup away from me. He was in so much pain, but God was silent because he wanted to tell us know that he is the living, he is the bread of life. He wanted to let us know that death cannot hold him down. And on the third day, after Jesus had gone through all that, and on the third day when Jesus resurrected, the point was proven that death cannot hold him down. The point has been proven that God is the only one that gives life and takes life and still gives the life back to you, because we need to prove a point. When, as we are humans, we are wondering, oh, why is this not happening for? Why is this not working according to our plan? Why are we not experiencing this? Why is God letting this happen to us? Do you know he's working in the background for you? He is actually building things for you, but you cannot see them. And that is why you start complaining. But God can never let you down because you're created in his own image. All you need to do is to be patient. The moment you think he's silent, he is working in the background. He is building it in the background for you. He is watering the ground for you. When you think God is silent, he's breaking protocols for your sake. He's fighting hidden battles for your sake because you do not see them and you feel that he has forgotten you. When Job was going through everything he was going through, when God allowed the devil to have his way in the life of Job, and Job was crying to God, Job did not curse God. He believed that, okay, for God to allow this to happen to me, I know he has a purpose for this. At the end of the day, everything Job lost came back to him in million folds because God was working in the background. When God is silent, sometimes God allows us to go through some things. Yes, you might be wondering, why would he allow me to go through that thing? Yes, he's allowing you to go through that thing because he wants to prove a point that he's preparing a bigger testimony. Though you cannot see the testimony physically, but spiritually the testimony is cooking. The testimony is cooking spiritually, because when the testimony will come out, he will prove a point to your mockers that he has never forsaken you. See, as long as you're created in God's image, he can never, never, never forsake you. I tell myself every day, Father, I am created in your image, and I know you can never forget your own. I know you can never forsake your own. And that is one thing I've always said to myself. Father, I'm created in your image. Whenever I want to pray, I always remind God that I am created in your image. You made me in your image. And because you made me in your image, you will never forsake me. You will not let me go through all this in vain. When God is silent, he is working in the background. I want you to know this. He cannot leave you. He cannot forsake you. So when you're passing through other life circumstances and life situations, when they become so overwhelming, I want to encourage you today that don't give up. Trust in God. Let your faith in him be strong. Don't let the devil come and tell you that God has forsaken you. No, he has never forsaken you. He is with you. You just cannot see it with your physical eyes. But if you're spiritually alert, you will see that, oh, he is working things for my good. When God is silent, he is working in the background for your sake. When God is silent, he is building that for your sake. When God is silent, he is watering the ground for your sake. When God is silent, he is breaking protocols for your sake. When God is silent, he is fighting hidden battles for your sake. When God is silent, he is preparing you for a greater one. He is preparing you for that testimony that will put your mockers to shame. He's preparing you for that testimony that will prove to them that he has not forsaken you. He's preparing you for that testimony that will shut the mouth of your haters. He's preparing testimony that will catapult you to the next level. When God is silent, he is watering the ground for you. So don't forget that when Joseph was going through everything he was going through, and God was silent, God was preparing him for something greater. Did Joseph ever know in his wildest imagination that he would be a governor in the land of Egypt? God was molding him. God was preparing him. God was building him for that thing he wanted. God was building him for greater heights, and that was what became the testimony of Jesus. I want you to have this in the back of your mind today. When God is silent, he is working. Don't think that God is silent, he has forgotten. He has not forgotten. Unless you want him to forget you, you will give the devil the opportunity to let God forget you. But God can never forget his own, because we are created in his image. How will he forget us? How will he forget us? See, when God is silent, he is working. I want you to have that at the back of your mind. Don't let the devil tell you otherwise. Don't let the devil discourage. Don't let the devil discourage. Don't let the devil give you all those bad advice and bad notion that God has forgotten. He cannot forget you. He will never forget you. He will do that which he has said he will do, because he is the beginning and the end, the author and the finisher of your life, the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega. Nobody can take his glory. Death could not take his glory. Sickness could not take his glory. Nothing could take his glory. At the end of, even when Lazarus was sick, and his Lazarus sister sent a message to Jesus that his friend was sick, and Jesus did not come. Even when Lazarus died, and they still sent a message to Jesus, and Jesus still did not come back. But Jesus knew that death cannot hold his father down. Lazarus was raised on the fourth day. That only proves to you that no matter how long that situation has been dead and forgotten, God can resurrect it in your life. No matter what has been dead, no matter that thing that you feel that it has finished, this is the end of it, God can bring it to life, because he is the only one that has the power of resurrection. So when God is silent, we rest assured he is working for your good. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to be putting my YouTube page, my YouTube link on the comment section, or you can find it on my bio. In which ways, just don't forget to follow. Thank you so much, and see you next time. I love you, but God loves you more. See you. Bye.